Now, if I ask you, what is the cutest car you can get here in the Philippines? You would say what? Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Michael, and today I've got something pretty freaking cute for you. Now, typically when you hear Italian car, your mind jumps into something that has a prancing horse or a raging bull. Those cars aren't cute. They're not as cute as this, because this is the Abarth 595 Competizione. I've got the keys. Let's go check it out.
Come on.
Now, immediately upon looking at this car, the first thing you'll see is that this has a two-tone paint job. It's one of the main characteristics that really makes this 595 Competizione really stand out from anything else on the road. You sort of have this white lower portion of the vehicle, while the upper portion is painted in black. Now, what's great about it is you sort of have this red pinstripes that really separate the black half of the car from the white half. Now, I like this red pinstripes a lot, and the color red in this particular car is a subtle touch that really makes a pretty big difference. A lot of subtle little red touches throughout the vehicle that I'll show you here in a little bit that really changes the overall look of this car. Now, up front, you have these really nice fog lights flanking both sides of the vehicle. You also have your daytime running lights here, as well as your xenon headlights right up front. Another thing you'll notice is you've got your Abarth badge right here in the middle, and you also have this carbon fiber accents right in the middle of the vehicle. Now, I'll show you a little bit of a B-roll, but in the portion of the lower half of this grille, you actually have Abarth sort of inscribed through the grills, which is a really nice sort of subtle touch that only very few people typically notices when they first look at the car. Let's go ahead and see what's on the side of the vehicle. Now, looking at the side profile of the Abarth 595 Competizione, one of the things that you'll immediately notice is that the car sits pretty aggressively, and that's due to the Koni shocks that feature FSD, which stands for Frequency Selective Dampening. Another thing you'll notice looking at the side profile of the car are these two-tone 17-inch Corsa wheels. Again, I mentioned earlier about the red pinstripes. That red color sort of goes over to the wheels. Now, the wheels are sort of this matte black finish along with the red accents. Now, behind these 17-inch wheels, you'll get 4-piston Brembo brakes up front, along with cross-drilled rotors front and rear as well. Now, the 17-inch two-tone Corsa wheels are wrapped in 205 40/17 Pirelli P0 Nero tires. Another thing you'll notice here on the side is you get these carbon fiber mirror caps that really sort of adds a little bit of sportiness to the car. Now, the 595 Competizione is the sportier version of the Abarth 595. This particular car is also the 70th year anniversary edition. You'll see that because it has this logo or this plaque just behind your door handles to let you know that this is a 70th year anniversary vehicle. I like the stance of this car, especially from the sides. It sits really aggressively and it looks like it means business, something that you can definitely enjoy on the streets and definitely on the track. Let's go take a look at the back. Now, heading to the back of the 595 Competizione, one of the first things that you'll notice is you get this Abarth badge right up top. Underneath that, you get sort of the Fiat 500 logo, and over here to the passenger rear side of the car, you'll see the 595 Competizione sort of emblem. You also have this nice black spoiler. The most important thing back here are these Record Monza dual tip exhaust system that sounds absolutely glorious. Here, let's go ahead and take a listen real quick. Now, Doesn't that sound fantastic? It doesn't sound like it would come from a car like the 595 Competizione because it's such a small vehicle, and yet it produces such incredible noises like the Record Monza exhaust system. Now, if you pop open the rear hatch, you'll be welcomed to a fairly decent sort of size trunk space. Now again, this isn't your family SUV where you're gonna have that third row or really be able to lug a bunch of luggages and things like that. No, the 595 Comp's trunk is quite sort of small, to say the least, but it's nothing that you can't really put anything into. Frankly speaking, the trunk here is about 4 times as bigger compared to, say for example, a Suzuki Jimny. This you can really fit about 2 sets of golf clubs and easily about 2 to 3 weeks worth of grocery. I can even fit my daughter's sort of stroller, the bigger stroller, in the 595 Comp without any sort of problem whatsoever. Now, I like the interior a lot on this car, so let's go ahead and hop in and check it out. Now, one of the first things you notice as soon as you hop inside the 595 Competizione are these beautiful cognac leather seats. You get this front and rear as well as your door cards. Another really cool feature are the stitches on here. So in the middle portions, you sort of have matching cognac stitches, while on the outer perimeters, you have sort of this light gray stitches that match the Abarth stitches or on the logo right here on the top portion of the seats. You also have this brushed aluminum sort of a window on the back of the seat as well. Really, really nice touches. Now, your steering wheel is sort of a mixture of 3 variants or 3 different materials. You have carbon fiber accents right down here on the 6 o'clock, the 3 and the 9 o'clock position, as well as right here on the 12 o'clock. Over here on the top and lower sort of half, right where 11 and 1 and 5 and 7 would sit, you have Alcantara, and the rest are sort of these perforated leather material. Looks absolutely exceptional. You also get Alcantara right on top of the gauge cluster that really sets this vehicle apart. Right here in the middle, you'll get a 7-inch touchscreen that really you're able to sort of do everything that you need to as far as infotainment system is concerned. One of the really cool features that I like is when you do turn it on, you sort of have this Abarth logo and car that's inside your garage just sort of pops up. Now, speaker-wise, you have 6 speakers throughout the car that feature Beats audio, which sound really, really cool. So you have your HVAC systems here in the middle, as well as your sort of a drive select mode. You have first gear, neutral, reverse, and then you could either choose between automatic and manual, which you have paddle shifters to be able to change gears on that. Now, for me, one of the more important buttons on this car is this little guy right here that indicates sport. As soon as you turn that on or press that button, the vehicle goes into sport mode. Your gauges will go into a sort of a sport gauge mode. You have your sport or your boost controller right here on the side that sort of lights up. And the more important thing is that Record Monza exhaust really opens up its valves to give you a nice deep exhaust note that really is amazing to come out of something this small like the 595 Competizione. Now, the 595 Competizione is based on the Fiat 500, and it's powered by a 1.4 turbocharged inline 4 engine. Will give you 180 horsepower as well as 184 foot-pounds of torque. It will take you from 0 to 60 in about 6.4 seconds and will give you a top speed of 225 kilometers per hour. Now, to some critics, that horsepower number might not be a lot, but then again, that's not what this car is about. This car is purely about the pleasure of driving. This is one of those cars that you can easily park at the shopping mall here in Green Hills or pretty much anywhere, and it's going to make you look back at your car and put a big ass smile on your face. Why? Because this car is such a fun car to drive, and it's also super cool to look at. Again, I want to say thank you to my friends here at Abarth Philippines for letting me hang out with this car. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing. And again, my name is Michael. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one.